Hello. Hello, I'm here. Sorry I'm late. I got food. It's Friday. I was just gonna say the yard work just stopped. Just stopped. But now a plane is going overhead. Yay. Oh, I forgot my flute, but I'll run in and get it. Um, I do have my candle. I have everything. I have my food. Um, Thank you all for being here. Nobody here yet, but thank you for coming in. I'm going to run and get my food. I'll be right back. I have my food. It's right here. Oh my goodness. I want to thank Brenda Berner for this lovely. I love this. Thank you, Brenda Berner. I'm going to hang this in my room. So that's really beautiful. Hopefully my garden will look like that soon. My garden's coming along. I have the succulents in pots over here that I got from Ann's garden. And I'm going to light the candle. I got a new candle. I got a new candle at Vaughn's yesterday. It smells good. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I got it. There we go. My flute. To watching. Thank you for being here. Hi, Glenn. Hi. Oh, it's so good to see you. So glad you're back. You got a different job. Okay, so your hours are all over the place. I got a job yesterday too. I'm so excited. I got a nannying job, and it's going to be 8 to 3 Monday through Thursday. So on Monday, I'm going to go back to going live at 5:30. But on Friday, I can still go live for lunch. So yeah, I'm so excited about that. Yeah, because I had an interview yesterday, and it went good. It went well. I even said my elephant poem for them because I told them that he asked about what kind of poetry I write, and I said inspirational. I guess that I write poems about my life and stuff, and so yeah, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. It's been expensive. I was just going over like my finances, and and then I'm like, why did I do that right before this live? Because I'm trying to make this live like sort of the fun live and sort of a break. Not that I'm gonna not say anything at all, like not that it's a hard fast rule that I'm not talking politics on this, because I'll talk about whatever. But I was gonna try to just be this a lighter live, and then Monday will be, when we'll talk more about the serious issues, but sort of like a mental health break live. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just trying stuff, as I said to Ian, like when we were trying to find a place to live, I was like just throwing spaghetti up on the wall. It's like, can I possibly get a loan? Like, no, couldn't possibly get a loan. Could I possibly take all of my 401k out? No, that would be a bad idea. Still have penalties, but only for a year. So, just throwing spaghetti up at the wall and trying different things. And so finally decided on taking some out and buying the tiny house. So I'm really excited. But yeah, I was going over my finances, but things are looking up because Ian had another interview yesterday. He's had lots of interviews. So yeah, it's been going good. Went to the beach yesterday. I got this cup in dinner before I left. Pretty sure I'm a mermaid. I like this. This is from Vons. It's their sparkling water beverage, caffeine free and sugar free. And this is tangerine lime. Cold out of my humongous refrigerator. But so spent so much this month because, had to pay first and last month's rent. They talked me into buying the TVs, which I really didn't want, the big, huge TV. But anyways, they talked me into it. Ian's been watching the basketball playoffs on it usually, but he's not happy with how the Nuggets are doing. The Nuggets are not doing good. So, hi, Elsa. Elsa, look, Glenn is back. And I got some groceries yesterday. So, and then I got the stuff and made my chicken and rice with Alfredo sauce and vegetables and mushrooms and broccolini. And then there was a man outside of the Vons who got me. He was selling tamales, and I was hoping they're good tamales, but I almost got excited because when I was so codependent. Oh my goodness. Soccer mom for the Peach County High Trojans in Peach County, Georgia. I was the did the concession stand all the time, and we got a mom, one of the there were a lot of immigrants in Peach County that played soccer. They love soccer in Mexico. And so they love it in Peach County. So one of the moms made homemade tamales for the concession stand. And I don't think I ever will have again tamales so good. Oh, they were so delicious. They sold out like that too. It was Karina Corona's mom. And so, yeah, I was tempted and I gave in and I bought, and also just being so concerned, that's really why I bought strawberries from the immigrant at the Home Depot. And so this time outside of Vons, I bought tamales because I don't know. I just want to be supportive, and I asked him. I don't know if he'd tell me if it weren't true, or I don't know that he'd tell me if they weren't, or what was. He wouldn't tell me anything probably, which is good on him. But I asked him if all his family was safe, and he said yes. And I bought 24 tamales at $2 something a piece. So I bought a lot of tamales. Expensive tamales. No. Ian got tacos for like $1 something on Wednesday night, and he's like, I don't know how they could make any money selling them so cheap, because usually it's $5 for a little taco, a little fish taco. He got fish tacos Wednesday night for like $1 something, like not even $1.50, I think. So anyways, I'm gonna say grace, and then I'm gonna eat my chicken and rice and my tomato, and I have a salad. I'm gonna be full after this. This is my first meal of the day. And I even got buttered popcorn. I saw a huge bag at Costco, and I'm like, oh, that's good that they did those by themselves. I love the buttered popcorn, Jelly Bellies. I'm like, no, I can't get that. But I saw a little package at the Vons, so I got some buttered popcorn, Jelly Bellies. Anyways, I'm going to thank God for the food. Dear Lord, thank you for the food. Thank you for my tiny house. Thank you for Ian. Thank you for all my children. I pray you bless them. Thank you for my grandchildren. Thank you that I got a job, Lord. I pray that it goes well. I start on Monday. And thank you for these friends and followers. And I pray that you bless them and be with them and keep them well. And help us to be proactive, Lord, in this world and in our country. And thank you for all your blessings on us, and thank you for this food. I pray in Jesus' name, amen. Amen. Got my fork. So the tamales in the corn husk. So I'm going to take it out. Just flipping my rice over here. There we go. And this time, hey, Brenda, I showed everybody your gift. I love it. And I'm going to hang it in my room. And this is what Brenda got me. And I love it. And I'm hoping my garden will look like that soon. My hibiscus is blooming. I'm going to hang this in my bedroom. Okay, so this, I think I got the chicken one. That's the tamale. It's very good. And this is my chicken and rice. Which I put broccolini. I put mushrooms, sun-dried tomatoes, when Ian got back, he ate my food. After he waited for my food to be done, and he ate my food. I think he boycotted the tamales. He's like, Mom, you didn't find cheap food like I did. Which I'm glad he likes my food. I got stuff to make him make a chicken parmesan. Well, I already have this chicken. Is the big pack we got from Costco. It's good. So, trying to need to be spending less, but there's still a few things we need to get. So paint for the rest of the house and a sofa. Really, that's about all we need is like a sofa for the front room. Because I'm gonna start making money, which is good, and stop buying so much stuff for the house. Couldn't get a fly swatter. I was looking for a fly swatter. I need a fly swatter and more hangers, but that's not going to be too bad. The painting was kind of stressing me out, but since we got all the stuff to paint and I got a ladder, which was only $99, but still got the ladder, I feel like we should paint. So I'm going to try to do that before I find I'm going to find a used sofa on Marketplace. For watching, thank you for being here. And thank you everybody who watches the replay. So yeah, going over the trying to go over the money before Fun Live was not a good idea. But hey, this is a cheap live. This doesn't cost me anything. And I got a job, Brenda. A nanny for a little boy, 9 months old. So I'm excited about that. I think it's really going to be a good job for me. Pretty nice, laid back people. So it should be good. The perfect hours, really. 8 to 3, Monday through Thursday. So. Hey, Jim, how are you? Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited. I needed to, I guess, I guess I tend to put my head in the sand. The reason I was able to look at the finances today was because I was braver, because yesterday I got a job. So it kind of made me braver. And it's good news. It's gonna be okay. How have you been, Jim? How's everything on the other coast? I'm on the left coast, which is the best coast. No, no offense. No offense. I like all my food. Yum. So I probably won't. Good. I probably won't be having dinner on my. I usually eat one. This is my big meal of the day. Really one meal. One. If I have two meals, the second one's a little meal. So since I'll be taking my lunch and eating at my job on Monday, and then going live about 5:30 probably. So going live at 5:30 on Monday, and then still at noon on Friday because I'm working Monday through Thursday. I'm liking this dressing. It's from Statter Brothers. It's sesame ginger. And I took it to the beach yesterday. Now when I make, before when I was making salads, I'd make 2 salads and eat one day and one the next day. So now I make 4 salads because I make 2 for me and 2 for Ian. But usually Ian's only eating one of his salads. But that's okay because then I ate the other one. And they can still keep. They still keep pretty good for that many days. The last salads I made kept for like 5-6 days because I think 2 days neither of us ate salad. But they keep pretty good. And it's usually one thing of I get romaine lettuce. But it's like hearts of romaine, and there's 3 of them in there. So I use one of those, and it makes the 4 salads. And then I have 2 more for 16 more salads. Is that right? 8 more salads. So I'm trying to find a balance between, not obsessing, not doom scrolling, but staying informed. And I haven't started calling my California people yet, but I will. Because I had my head in the sand for a while. And I was pretty quiet about Trump for the 4 years he was in there. So trying to find a balance because we need to talk about it, but we need to take care of our mental health too. So but we also need to be brave and not be try to bullied into silence. We need to not do that. It's extremely bad and dangerous what's going on. Six watching. Yay. Thank you for being here. It's chilly out today. That's why I got my fuzzy sweater on. It's chilly out here. I don't know why my computer does this go dark thing now and again. It's annoying. That's better. I think we're going to do the inside of the house a green color. It's pretty. We'll go with the outside of the house. Yeah, well, it's not even up to 79 today. It's going to get unreasonably hot there, though. Hot Lana. That's what I first saw Switchfoot at the Botanical Gardens in August. And that's what John Foreman called it. Hot Lana. High of 60. It's cloudy today. Only a high of 60 today. Crazy. Feels like 53. It's 60 degrees. Yeah, chilly today. I'm glad I went to the beach yesterday. It was warm. I saw a couple of parents putting their wetsuits on their children, and there were two little girls. They were so cute. They were about like maybe 7 and like 4 or something, or 7 and 5 years old, and they had little pink wetsuits. But it was pretty warm at the beach yesterday, and I got the parking thing for an hour, $6, and I stayed like 2 hours because I walked and walked and walked. I was listening to Martha Beck again. Beyond Anxiety is her most recent book. It's really good, and her link to her YouTube is below. She's who's really been helping me with my anxiety. The book is called Beyond Anxiety. So I was listening to that and walking, and I didn't like realize how far I even walked, and that I think I walked an hour yesterday, which is good for me. And I'm losing weight, so that's good. I'm down about 10 pounds, which is good. So that's good too. The bank account is going down, but that's going to start going back up again. So, yeah, we had to pay first and last month's rent on the space. We ended up buying the TVs, which I kind of didn't want the TV, the big huge TV in the front room, but it's okay. I've been trying to use. Ian watches basketball, and I watch The View. That's what we watch. I'm taking this. That's good. And I allow myself an occasional treat, and these are really good. The buttered popcorn jelly bellies. I love those. I'm really excited about my job. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's a perfect job for me. What I know, do what I know. So I think it's a perfect job for me right now at this time. So I'm really excited. I'm glad I thought of that. Like everything that's happened, everything that's happened since I came to California was not how I was planning it at all. Totally different. But it's still good. It's still good. So these are good. I've got to save some for you know. Buttered popcorn jelly belly. I said my poem for them too. So that was exciting. Yeah, I'm really excited. So it's just like the perfect hours. I'm glad it's the same hours every day, and that it's Monday through Thursday. It's just like perfect. It's like sometimes so many things happen, and it's like I couldn't have picked a more better thing, you know? I've been thinking about that a lot lately. So because like coming here and I was going to get a roommate, and I was anxious about that because I had such a horrible roommate in St. Louis. And then thinking I'm where I want to settle. So let me see if I can buy something. My son coming down here, and just like everything has changed, but it's been for the better, you know? So yeah, so I'm really excited. Yeah. Let me say this poem for you. What elephant? Oh, and I'm gonna say Maya Angelou poem for you after this. Let me look it up though. Excuse me. Okay. I'm going to was hoping for store beginning. I think she is not allowed again. Your store is not starting again? Um, is that what you had on every Friday? It's windy, which makes it colder, of course. I might have to go get my hat. I was almost wore my wig, but I got my haircut fixed because the the girl at Great Clips kind of faded it up and she made it longer, like around this part up here, and it didn't work. I don't think I'd ever had it that way before because I have the cowlick back here, and so the part she left long back there was sticking up. So I was at Solana Beach yesterday, and I was going to the Vons because it said it was an hour to get back to Ramona. And I'm like, it was because of traffic though. Because usually it's a little less than that, I think, like 45 minutes though, or 40 minutes maybe. So I'm like, let me see if it will get any better. I just go to the store first. And I was headed to Vaughn's and I saw Supercuts and I'm like, oh, let me see if I can get my haircut fixed. So I just had her do the 2 all around again. So it's not longer up here. And so that's why too I didn't put on my wig because I wanted to show you my haircut. And Ian cut his hair. Meanwhile, back at the tiny house, Ian was cutting his hair for his interview, and his is shorter than mine again. But yeah, it was longer than mine. It was funny back when I cut my hair really short to begin was like 2015, I think, or 2016. And I didn't have even this long part here. I cut it really short. And Ian said, Mom, Mom, your hair is shorter than mine. And his hair was really long, so it still was shorter than his, but now it's not. He cut it off. It looks good. And he did it himself. And he had a good interview. It was like a group interview though. So it's for a sales job and software sales. So we'll pray about that. I want him to get like the best job for him, like me. Like I got the best job for me. It's just like so awesome. Like this community is like just so nice. And what's cool is like I collected the if you look over there, see all the trees over there? Well, over there is 2 loquat trees. And what's funny is like I wanted to plant a loquat tree because I love the loquats. I was reminded of them because they're got fruit on them right now this time of year. And I love that. And our house in San Fernando Valley had a loquat tree. And I love the loquats. And they don't sell them in the store. Not that I have seen. Someone said they thought they did, but I haven't seen them, even out here. So that was just super cool that I end up having loquat trees like right over there. And just everything has just been so perfect. I had because it creeps back up on you. The anxiety and the fear tries to creep back up on you. And when I think about it, I can start worrying again, like, the house is not in my name yet. What if something goes wrong? But if I go into an anxiety spiral about that, is it going to help? Even if it is going to happen, if I go into an anxiety spiral, that's not going to help anything or anyone, and it probably is not going to happen anyways. So, but yeah, and everything's been going really well. And so this is the poem I said for them. I have it memorized, but this is the book. And I didn't actually write it for children. I wrote it about a situation I was going through. It was really about myself. And it's about, not addressing things and not confronting things and dealing with them and talking to God and talking to people. And that's what it's about. So, but it's like on the level, like, I've been very inspired by Dr. Seuss. And a lot of his books are like that, talking about the trees. I am what's that one? The Lorax. I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. And a lot of them like that. I like how lucky. Did I ever tell you how lucky you are, Dr. Seuss? And Horton Hatches the Egg. A lot of inspiration from Horton Hatches the Egg is in here. And there's also Horton the Elephant. Horton Hears a Who. And so, yeah, I was inspired a lot by Dr. Seuss because I read those to my kids a lot. So it's called What Elephant? And this is the book that Page Publishing stole from me. And I will be looking into doing what I can do about that, or if I'm just going to go forward and have it republished. And what order, if I'm going to do both of those things, what order I'm going to do them in. I think if I go forward with the lawsuit, I probably will wait to publish it. So pray about all that for me. This is dedicated to my mom, for my mom, Ellen Olson Hewitt, who loved to give children books because they are the best gifts. When I think about every part of this book, it just breaks my heart more and more that my daughter just threw it away. I mean, basically that's why I say threw it away, because it's the same thing. And I was thinking about something that was similar. Just when someone realizes like what they have and they don't know, like, that's why I was very careful and I took my time in downsizing my house, because I knew the importance and the relevance of things that were sentimental, and I made sure, I couldn't keep all the things from my mom because there were just too many of them, and I was going to be living in an RV for a time. So I was just very particular about what I kept and what I didn't keep. And just that my daughter gave my book away is just so heartbreaking and hurtful, and kind of a wake-up call for me to realize, like, that she bought it to support me, which she didn't even remember she did. And so it kind of reminded me of a situation when my dad moved out of my mother's house after she passed away and was moving in with his girlfriend. Basically, they didn't legally get married. So then they didn't, either one of them, have to change their will because she had grown children too and grandchildren, and he did, and she wouldn't stop getting her Social Security from her husband who had passed away. And my dad might have been getting Social Security from my mom passing away also. So So in order to not mess anything up, my dad didn't remarry, but he got rid of a lot of things because my mom was more of a keeper, kept things. I don't want to say hoarder, because there's different levels of, like, there's hoarders that are just really not clean, and that's really, really bad. My mother-in-law is not very clean, but some of my father-in-law's, and some things keep her kind of under wraps. She kind of couldn't let it get out of control because of my father-in-law. But anyways, so my dad, he didn't, I don't know, he didn't mean to, and I think he said he thought it was my mom's dress. My mom's dress is long. I don't know what happened to my mom's dress, but that was from 70 years ago. That was from 1949, my mom's dress. But my sister's dress was from, I think, 1998. My dad got rid of my sister's wedding dress by accident when he was moving out of my mom's house. And she was furious, as she should be, And I was kind of thinking of that. That's kind of like what my daughter did, not realizing what she had. But this is like a book I wanted to read to my granddaughter. But then again, too, out of fear, I didn't say anything when it was in the garage the last time I went there. And I knew things in the garage she wants to get rid of, because she's anal about her minimalism or whatever. She's not a minimalist either by any means. You can't really be a minimalist, especially if you have toddlers. Come on. Anyways, has there ever been an elephant in your room? When it walked, it went boom. You tried to deny it, but you couldn't hide it. Where can you hide an elephant? Oh no, that's a cat, you try to say, or maybe a bat. It will fly away. If you can't admit it, you can't quit it. Fry pan into the fire. Florida to Georgia. Go ahead and face it. Can you trace it? Could the truth set you free? Or will they all laugh at me? Yeah. Perhaps. Who are they, and why do we care if they laugh? They have a hyena in their room. That's so much worse than just an elephant. It's making the elephant cry. I mean, I went back and forth with all these. This is what I paid. $3,000 for this. I paid for them to do these illustrations, and that was all I paid for. I thought about getting my child to do the illustrations, but one of my children. But again, that's a thing. He was going through things that I didn't think, it was a good time, and our relationship has been so under strain. Not meant to hurt you. Yeah, like my dad. Yeah, my dad didn't realize what he did, but I think my daughter really should have realized what she did, and she should have remembered that she bought the book. And how ironic is that? Then I didn't get any of the royalties. She bought it. She's like, no, because I was going to give her a copy, right? No, don't give it to me. I'll buy it because I want to help support you. That's what she said. Ironically, I still haven't. I was so stunned. See, yeah, and I need to maybe talk, because Ian was there at Christmas, And so he heard everything that happened. And so, yeah, it's still an ongoing thing. I need prayer about. So, but yeah. Oh, I see the thing. Wait a second. Let me see this. Three viewers. Okay. Let me finish reading the book. Perhaps. Who are they, anyways? Why do we care if they laugh? They have a hyena in their room. That's so much worse than just an elephant. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. You ever heard that saying? 1 day, 2 days, 3, day by day, these things I pray. I have a higher power who created elephants. Maybe he can take care of it. I wonder what he'll do. Will he take it to the zoo? I went by the zoo on the way to my job, the safari park anyways. What? People will come from miles around to see the greatest show in town, the elephant. He now does tricks and people pay to get their kicks. God can take your ashes and give you beauty. You thought you had to sacrifice. Everyone must pay their price. If I give him the elephant, he'll die. This was inspired by Horton Hatches the Egg too, and also the elephant bird. The elephant bird is in Horton Hatches the Egg at the end, and that's why I had them do the elephant bird for Could the Truth Set You Free? Right here. That's the elephant bird. But this, where they take Horton away, they take him to the circus, but it's bad for Horton and that. But they take him away. If I give him the elephant, he'll die. But the ringmaster doesn't work that way. The elephant will live another day. He'll sing and dance because he got a second chance. The circus is a place of joy and wonder because the ringmaster has a plan. Trust the elephant in his hands. Oh, that is good. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, out of the frying pan into the fire. That's what I say about, I was 18 and I left Texas. My parents had moved to Texas. One of the things my dad said was my mom wanted to get halfway back to California. How crazy is that? And they lived for 10 years in Texas. They lived in Austin and then they lived in Aurora Grande. Not Aurora Grande. Aurora Grande is where they lived in California. Please listen. Okay. Yes, I will. So, thanks for telling me that. I can drop her link. I used to have her link in my links. I might change up my links too and put some and mix it up again with some mental health things and some political things. But out of the frying pan into the fire is what I say about leaving my narcissistic dad and then going to my narcissistic boyfriend, fiance, because that's what it was like. And I left. I went to Texas for 6 months and I saved up money. I worked 2 jobs. I worked in retail then. I've done like everything. Oh, except for really not food service, except for food service at home, So, yeah, I feed people. It is what I do. So out of the frying pan in the fire, that's what I say about, yeah, going to my ex. And yeah, I do feel like my daughter's, it's sad. Like she's my mini me, and I've it's just, it's so difficult. I feel like I could see her just doing the same thing I did. And it's excruciating to watch. So, and right now, to not to save money too, I'm not going to be traveling anywhere anyway. So um I don't feel comfortable flying right now. You guys, it's scary, all these plane crashes. And so since the thing, and hopefully I feel like we'll be able to work it out in time, maybe next year, maybe at Christmas this year, but I don't know. Yeah, I want to listen to that definitely. Um there's so many great channels I like, and I've been like saying like to myself lately, it's like I need to listen to Martha Beck, I need to listen to Terry Cole, I need to listen to, let me drop some links. Let me drop Dr. Ramani's link to do that. And then I'm going to read this Maya Angelou poem. Um it is cold out here, you guys. Oh, I should light up my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Because behind me I have um my my fire pit that I got. This thing was making us so mad because like the screw was not going in. So there's my fire pit. I could light my fire. Because it got really hot for a little bit. It was hot during the day, and Ian was turning the AC on, but I didn't really want to turn the AC on because I'm really cold natured. But it's especially hot upstairs though because he's up in the loft. So yeah, because it's getting really hot during the day, but then it will get cooled off at night. So let me find Dr. Romney's link and drop it. Drop it like it's hot. I got an email the other day that someone who used to come on my lives has passed away. Hey, that sounds like a poem. Let me write this down. I feel a poem coming on. And so that's how a lot of my poems would start. And I really do need to get back into writing my story, because that's how all of these poems were inspired. Because the elephant poem was inspired by something that went on years ago. And actually, and it's funny that people don't really need to know what it was originally about for it to be helpful to somebody else and in some other situation. What did I say? I got an email. I'm writing this down. The other day about a YouTube friend who passed away. So yeah, and he was the one that would smoke on my lives. And yeah, and speaking of Texas, yeah, he was in Texas. But yeah. But I was surprised to get an email from this person because it was another bully sympathizer. And what I actually call them is kissers. They're A kissers. That's what they are. And yeah, I relate that too because like the narcissistic people, which I did begin to be like kind of wake up and say like, oh, I really believe these bullies are, narcissists because it's like, how do they feel like so entitled to attack me and do this to me and to get like a whole, it was like they got a crowd, it was like they got a crowd with pitchforks and torches to come at me, and it was just like, what the heck is going on? And then you have these people that, they will say, we're neutral. How can you be neutral when someone just like people being okay with all this crap that's going on in our government? It's like you should not be neutral about this. No, you should not be neutral about this. You should not be for this person that's doing this. And you should be able to, I know it's hard. It is hard to admit you made a mistake. It is hard to admit you were wrong about something. We all want to be right. Our egos, but it's just like, how can people be okay with that? So I did realize they were narcissists. And so the people around the narcissists they call them ass kissers, excuse my language, but that's what they are. They're ass kissers. They're brown nosers. They just kiss ass, and whatever whatever the bully wants, whatever the narcissist wants, that's what they do. And so the narcissist bully wanted me out of the community, and so I was out of the community. So it was just so devastating. And so when I was in Denver and when I got the money from my dad in 2022, I was just chilling and I was healing. And yeah, I can't dictate. So many times I like try to rush things. Rush things, and this should be done faster, and this should be like the whole process of me selling my house in Georgia, even downsizing, selling my house in Georgia. Once I got the ball rolling, and what really helped me, which I felt like was the universe, God, higher power, Jesus, whatever you want to call him, giving me a push, was the rats infesting my house in Georgia. That was God giving me a push. I was angry. Like, it didn't matter what happened next because I was already angry at God, because my daughters weren't talking to me. My book was taken from me. I got date raped, and that was the second man I had ever been with. And, the green card guy, I was just so pissed. I was so pissed when I left Georgia. But everything worked out. And then I kept being like, I need to buy the RV in Georgia, and I need to take the stuff out of my house and put it in the RV. Well, I couldn't do that because I didn't have the money from selling the house before I sold the house. So I couldn't get the RV until I sold the house. So I had to sell the house and then go up to St. Louis, and it all just, it worked out, and my dad passed away the night before I left Georgia, and I had so much stuff to sort through still when I got out of the house. I got a little storage, I got a hotel, and I was in the hotel room sorting out the stuff, and I was like right down the street from like my ex's big house that I still owned at the time, really, at that point, but I wasn't supposed to still be on it, but I was still on his house until I think 2023. Yeah. So I was right down the street from my daughter's house too, where I could have stayed. But I didn't want to stay with them. Instead of, I sort of stopped being bitter about having to move on my own, because I was like, I don't want them. They would be here complaining, like, why did you save all this shit, or laughing at me? Why'd you save this? Why'd you save this little I love you mommy picture? Well, what do you think? Because I thought you loved me. The picture with mommy holding hands with me and my sister. And it was so emotional. And getting all the home videos on digital, and like I hadn't watched them in forever. And oh goodness, that sent all my yearbooks back to Boca Raton Community High School. I turned in my internet box. So many things. There were so many things. Had to close, paid off all my debt. I went to the bank and paid some things. And then, but I was hurting myself the whole time. And then when I thought about it, I was like, it went fine. Like August, I sold my house. I was rushing to try and get out of Georgia, but September, I left Georgia, September 22nd, September 21st, my dad passed away. October, on my birthday, which ended up perfectly, I bought my RV. I bought Sunny, 2007 Sunseeker. Got the playroom gloom. Oh, yeah. So October, I bought my RV. I got it registered. I registered to vote. I think I also voted in October, when I voted for the first time for Democratic President Joe Biden. Yes, I'm still proud of that. And I still wasn't speaking out or staying informed as I should have, So that was October. We're in 2020. October. November is when I left it, and I'm rushing the whole time. I would buy Gladys I would buy all these groceries and cook for Gladys and stuff. And I was coming in one night, and I had all these groceries and had to park in the front, and she had steps up the front and everything. And it was just getting dark. She was sleeping because she was about to go drive for Lyft. And I fell and broke my kneecap. And it's just like, why am I, why I've really learned to chill out, and I honestly don't think I would have gotten the job. I just don't think I was prepared as for an interview or all of that before, and that's why I just wouldn't get any jobs. I don't know. I feel like I would do or say something to self-sabotage myself. But to be fair, I feel like that was God also, because if I had gotten a job in Georgia, a regular job, instead of just doing Airbnb, where you decide, do you want to do this, how many guests you want to take, how often, how you want to set it up, your whole own business. And then if I had got a regular job, I would have been more stuck in Georgia. And so it all worked out. And so, sold the house in August, left Georgia in September, bought my RV in October, sold my car, registered to vote, registered the RV in Illinois, left in my RV at Thanksgiving and went to Denver to see Ian and Albert and his girl and Ian's girlfriend Alyssa. We had a good time in the middle of the pandemic. And then I went out to California, and the timing, I've told you guys over and over again, was perfect on that too, because my sister-in-law was in the final stages of breast cancer, and she was very thin, and my brother was exhausted, and but still so stubborn, so still working and all of that. And I got to spend the last month of her life with her. So it worked out. It just, that's why I believe in some higher being working things out, because just so many things, it's like, no, I didn't plan that. I didn't plan that. But perhaps I feel like someone else did. I feel like someone else did. I did the link. I copied the link to Dr. Ramani and I didn't drop it. Let me drop it. There is Dr. Ramani. I used to be in her group, like on her, she has a private group, and then she has little Zooms once a month. And yeah, I was in that when I was in Denver. And so I tried to find a therapist when I was in Denver. I got health insurance when I was in Denver. I did a lot of things. I traveled some. Like I said, I went to Europe. I came to California twice, in 2022 and 2024. It's cold. It's cold. I'm going to say this Maya Angelou poem, Still I Rise, by Maya Angelou. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room? Just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise? 'Cause I dance like I got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs. Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I am a red ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Unto a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. Just like the phoenix with wings spread wide, I rise, I rise, I rise. Maya Angelou was born the same year as my dad, 1928, and she passed in 2014. Below is a link to my blog, and I wrote a blog called Truth and Freedom, and I quote I talk about her there, and that was written 2014, the year that she passed away. And if you want to hear me saying, I know why the cage bird sings, I will drop that video. Let me find it and drop it. I know why the cage bird sings. So this is when my hair was longer. And this was filmed, I think, in 2014. And I had it memorized. I don't always remember all the lines. I don't say it often, but I had memorized it. I'm going to share it on my community tab. We'll listen to it. How about that? We'll listen to it. Let me go back. Let me share it. I'll put it here too, though. And I know why the cage bird sings. You know why? That bird was me. That's why I know. Oops. Nope. Wrong link. Wait a second. Whoopsie, 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 whoopsie. I will get this. I will get this. Okay. Now I will. We'll listen to it. And you can see me with a little bit longer hair. Share screen. I Know Why the Cage Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. The free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends, and dips his wings in the orange sun's rays and dares to claim the sky. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his mouth to sing. The cage bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the cage bird sings of freedom. Free bird thinks on another breeze, and the trade wind soft through the sighing trees, and the fat worm waiting on a dawn-bright lawn, and he names the sky his own. But the cage bird stands on the grave of dreams, and his shadow shouts on a nightmare scream, and his wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The cage bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the cage bird sings of freedom. There we go.
I made a video the other day about how all of this could be over very quickly.
Okay. And that is Angela, Park Road Permaculture, who y'all should listen to. Like I said. Okay. So Monday, I'm going to go live at 5:30. I'll put live times here. Monday, 30 p.m. Pacific time. Friday, Pacific time. There we go. Okay. So maybe I'll make a little fire Monday if it's this cold. Monday night. Let me find another poem to read. There they go again. They're working over there by the pool. This was Brenda's card, which was really sweet too. If you could see yourself the way other people see you, you'd see someone amazing. That was so sweet. Thank you so much, Brenda. I have it. I have it somewhere. I have it here. Oh, I know which one I was going to read. That's fun. Is the one about the 7-story house on page 45. There was a song, an Audio Adrenaline song that Sarah used to be singing all the time when we just got in our big house in Georgia that my ex built. And it goes, it's big, big house with lots and lots of room. A big, big space with lots. No, it's a big, big yard where we can play football. It's a big, big house. It's my father's house. And it's by Audio Adrenaline. It's an old Audio Adrenaline song. I'll send. Whoa! Look at that. Is there another tiny house coming out here? Wow! Look! Look at that! Look at that! It's very tiny though. I think it's a trailer. I don't know. It's a big trailer. I wonder what's in there. Like I thought they're bringing in a tiny house. They're bringing in another tiny house. There's empty lots here that we were looking at because we were looking to buy this tiny house that was somewhere else and bring it and put it on a lot here. That tiny house was $40,000, but it was going to be a lot of money to hook up. And I was like so nervous about all the things that could go wrong with that, you know? And I'm like, I'm going to be a ball of nerves like this whole time. This is like not conducive to my mental health. And I'm like, I don't think I can do this. I think I'd rather have one that's already on the lot. Like this one was already on the lot. So yeah, but because there are lots that are available here and we were going to do it that way. But then that tiny house was much older. It was older than this house. It was like 7 years old. It had come down from Oregon. It had been in a tiny home. It had been on TLC, a tiny home show. I still want to look it up and find the series, tiny home series on. It was on HGTV, I think. So the house we almost bought, there would be 2 lofts and all the living space was downstairs. There wasn't a spot for a washer and dryer. This house came with the washer and dryer, TV, everything. The other tiny house did come with the refrigerator and stove and stuff, I believe. But there was just all of the work to hooking it up and all of that, which can be upwards of $13,000. So it was going to be cheaper than this house, but a lot of unknowns, and I wanted to go with a lot less unknowns. That's why I went with this one. But yeah, it had no washer and dryer hookup, but there's a laundry here, and but that is, I like having the washer and dryer in the house, and so my nose is runny. I need something hot to drink. So I'm going to read you about the 7-story house. This is about our house in Georgia. Oh, and I was going to give you the link to that song, Big House song, which is there's always a number of inspirations or little things in each poem that, and that inspire it. For watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching the replay too. Oh, there's Big House Live. I think I like to do it from their site. What the heck is that? That sounds like a I don't know if you can hear it. It's a fun song. Audio A official. So, for those of you maybe not getting it, my last name is actually Story. So, that's why the 7-story tree and the title of the poem is The 7-Story House. So, yeah. And my name is not Susan, but it is. I'm kidding. Here's the Big House song. Okay. Oh, the verse I put before this poem is, unless the Lord builds the house, they labor in vain who build it. Psalm 127, verse 1. The 7-story house. Come and go with me. It's a big, big house where all the kids play. It's the house that built us. We, W-I-I, like the Wii game, we do loud really well. Hop on Pop. That's a Dr. Seuss reference. The Hop on Pop book. Home's cool, homeschool. Pools, tools, parties, fools. Lightning, laughter. Conscience clear the morning after. Kids, cribs, coons, and the cat food. Witches, ditches, pull up your britches. Hide and seek, don't you peek. Music, mayhem, magic. Murder in the dark. It's like a game my kids used to play. Soccer at the park. What's up, butts up. Don't fall, wall ball. Used to play wall ball. Books, nooks, dirty looks. Dogs, frogs, hollow logs. Trees, fleas, pray on your knees. Games, trains, it's not lame. Camping, glamping. Now we're revamping. Super moms, Sunday suppers, dad's best barbecue. God's here, so have no fear. Love, let go, forgive, forget, have no regret. It will always be, in my memory, a place for friends and family. Oh, I forgot to do the double video. I'm gonna do this next one, and I'm gonna read this Chuck Swindoll quote. Because this sort of pulled all of the book and the title of the book together. It's about a tree that fell down in a storm. I'm going to do the double video. I'm going to do the double video. Okay. There we go. Okay. Hi, I'm doing the double video again. I'm reading from The 7-Story Tree, which I published on Amazon for free in 2015. And I put a quote from Chuck Swindoll in here that really tied the whole book together, sort of. Chuck Swindoll said, "One year, a large section of tree fell not far from where we had lived for over 22 years. Within minutes, several of us had gathered to grieve the loss. As I stood there staring in disbelief, the thought struck me, this happened only minutes ago, but it's been in the process of happening for a long, long time. No tree just suddenly breaks apart. Once we were able to see beneath the thick bark at the break, it was obvious that some kind of killer disease had been at work for years." Chuck Swindoll. And that was in reference to my marriage, And so we were married 32 years, but it was never a stable, healthy tree. It never was. It was very dysfunctional, very codependent. My ex had addictions going on. I had a lot of codependency, childhood trauma that I didn't know about, all of that. So let me read this poem that I put after that quote. The Perfect Storm. Let the bough break. That's a line from Sarah Bareilles' song. My dogs are panting and pacing, so I comfort them to return the favor. I put that because I went to pray for one of my children once, and I was very upset because my child was going through a storm, which he's really not come out of yet. Speaking of storms. And I ran to my prayer closet, which was actually my big walk-in closet in the big house in Georgia where I lived with my 5 children and my husband. And I got on my knees to pray, and the door was open. And my daughter had this this playful, lovely golden retriever named Jude. He followed me and he came, and while I was praying, he licked my toes. I was barefoot. And it was just so sweet. It was so sweet. So that's the background for that. Let me start the poem over. The perfect storm. Let the bough break. My dogs are panting and pacing, so I comfort them to return the favor. Lights out, rain pelting, wind blowing. Where is it going? Spirit moving, dove cooing, quiet waiting. Love is patient. Tree free falling, but still living and always giving. That last line is in reference to The Giving Tree, which was a book my mom read to me. But the giving tree is what? But a codependent person. And the giving tree gets down to a stump in the ground. That's deep. That is deep. All right. I'm going to end this short video. Don't say that no one cares for you, because I do and God does too. Don't forget to pray for Red, because Red is praying for you. All right. I'm still live. I'm still live. I ended this short video, which is not, it's kind of long. But anyways, we'll see how that one goes. We'll see how that one goes. About the tree. The tree and codependency. I don't know. But yeah. 1:37. Y'all, I'm gonna pray for y'all and let you go. And I'm cold. I think I'm gonna make myself something hot to drink. So I'm going to keep having Fridays off. So I'm going to keep going live at this time. So that's cool. So alrighty. Thank you all so much for being here. Got, says 5 watching. Got Elsa, Glenn, Jim. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Brenda. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you to everybody who watches the replay. Brenda, Elsa, Glenn, Jim. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to pray and let y'all go. Dear Lord, thank you for these friends and followers. I pray that you'll be with them. Please be with Elsa and comfort her and bless her children and her fur babies. And thank you for keeping her safe. And please be with Glenn. I pray that his new job is going well and that you'd bless his friends and family and be with him. Please bless Brenda and her children and her grandchildren. Give her safe travels. Oh, yeah. Aren't you in the Mojave right now? So please be with Brenda and let her have a good weekend at the thing she's going to. And thank you, Lord, so much that I got a job, that I'm starting next week. And I pray you be with Jim in Georgia. Thank you for the lovely weather there. And thank you for the lovely weather here. And please bless Jim and his family. And thank you for him and his support of this channel. And yes, we hope everyone has a great weekend. Thanks so much for being here, Glenn. And Lord, we pray for this country. Help us to stay informed. Help us to be active. Help us to call right whatever we can with our congressmen. And just show us ways to be proactive. Help us to be supportive and loving of all people. And help us to also take care of our mental health and make sure that we have hope and don't doom scroll. Do something. Thank you for the people that are waking up, Lord, who realize they made a mistake in who they voted for. Please let people continually having courage and speaking up. And thank you for the lawsuits against Trump. And I pray that they'll be successful. And just please help this country out of this mess, Lord, that Trump and Elon are creating. And help us, Lord. Help us forward. Help us just help us, Lord. Pray for Ukraine and Gaza, Lord. All the people hurting around the world, Lord. Help us to vote in politicians who want to make everybody's lives better, not just the rich people's lives better. Lord, help us vote in politicians who are for all the people, not just some of the people. Thank you for my tiny house, Lord. Thank you for Ian. Thank you for all my children. I pray you bless them and be with them. And my grandchildren. And thank you so much for all you have given us. And we pray these things in Jesus' name. Did you hear the dove cooing? All right, I'm going to let you guys go. I've almost gone an hour and 43 minutes. It's 2:00 here. All right. Don't say that no one cares for you, because I do and God does too. Don't forget to pray for Red, because Red is praying for you. Bye. Thank you for watching the replay. Mwah.